Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is our today's question on lead code, and this question is basically daily challenge on 3rd September, and the question is unique path. So we will read this question and we'll try to figure out the question, how we can solve this question. So there is a robot on an M cross N grid, and the robot is initially located at the top left corner, that is grid of 0, 0, and robot tries to move to the bottom right corner, that is grid of M minus 1 cross N minus 1. Okay, and the robot can move only either down or right. So basically here you can see that robot is at 0, 0, and robot wants to reach at this point, that is m minus 1 comma n minus 1, and it can move either downward or right at right direction at any point of time. Okay, so what we have to do, they have given us two integers m and n. So these two integers are given to us, and we have to find a number of possible unique paths that the robot can take to reach the bottom right corner. So basically we have to find out total number of possible unique paths to reach this finish point. Okay, so let us have a closer view for this inputs. So we are having m is equal to 3 and n is equal to 7, and you can see that robot can move either forward or backward or downward. So let's say at any particular point or any particular point of time, let's say robot is present here, and we want to find out total number of possible paths uh, such that robot can reach this point. Okay, so this position, so let's say this position is I comma j. So this is I comma j, and we have to find out total number of paths such that robot can move to this point. So basically if robot is present at I comma j, so from which we want to know from which points or which cell the robot is going to come on I comma j. So basically we want the previous position of this robot. So if robot is present on I comma j, so the previous positions of robot must be maybe I comma I minus 1 comma j or I comma j minus 1. So basically these are the two possible previous position of this robot. So if a robot is currently present at I comma j, so what does it mean? Its previous position must be one of the, so to what are the possible positions? So I minus 1 comma j or I comma j minus 1. So these are the possible positions. Okay, so from these two possible positions the robot can come to I comma j. So what we will do, we will just find out the total number of possible ways to come on this position, that is I minus 1 comma j, and total number of possible paths such that robot can reach I comma j minus 1. So for this what we will do, we will have a dp vector with us. So we will have a two-dimensional dp vector. Okay, and this vector will store total possible path such that robot can reach at position I comma j. Okay, so this is the use of this dp vector, it will store this thing. So basically if we want to find out dp of I comma j, so what we have to do, we have to, this robot can reach this I comma j from these two positions. So basically total number of possible paths for I comma j, so basically dp of I comma j must be equal to dp of I minus 1 comma j plus another path is dp of I comma j minus 1. So we will use this thing here. Okay, so this is the main ideology for this question, that is if a robot want to reach point I comma j, so total number of possible path to reach I comma j is nothing but total number of possible path to reach I minus 1 comma j and total number of possible path to reach I comma j minus 1. So basically the summation of these two will be our answers. Okay, so talking about the base cases, you can see that this is for all the cells which are greater than I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0. So for I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0, you can see that for let's say for this uh, any grid of 0th row, okay, for any grid of 0th row, you can see that there is only one possibility to come. There is total of one path to reach any of this cell. Okay, so robot will move forward. Okay, robot will move forward in order to reach at any cell of this row. Okay, so for all the cells, all the grids of row 0, the possibility or number of path to reach at that particular grid is nothing but 1. So I will write here, for all grids of row is equal to 0, dp of I and j is nothing but 1. Okay, so because robot can move in forward direction only. And similarly, talking about all the rows of column is equal to 0, all the grids of this particular column, the robot can reach at any of the grids by moving downward. So again I will write here, for all grids of column is equal to 0, dp of I comma j will be 1. So these are the base cases here, and using these base cases we will try to find out dp of ij, and we will just return dp of m minus 1 comma n minus 1. So let us try to code this question. So what we will do, we will just have dp vector here. So vector of uh, int dp, and it will be of size m comma vector of int of n minus 1 comma 0. Initially all the elements are 0, and as I told you that dp of I comma j is equal to 1 for row is equal to 0, and for column is equal to 0, dp of I comma j is equal to 1. So that's what we will do. So for int I is equal to 0. Okay, so for talking about first row, so I will write here, all the grids of row is equal to 0, dp of 0 comma j will be nothing but 1. So that's what we will do. So for int j is equal to 0 comma j less than n comma j plus plus, dp of 0 comma j will be nothing but 1. And similarly all the grids of column is equal to 0, dp of I comma 0 will be nothing but 1. So that's what we will do here. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than m, I plus plus, dp of I comma 0 will be nothing but 1. And talking about all other grids, we will use this formula. Okay, so we will use this formula. So for int I is equal to 1, I less than m, I plus plus, for int j is equal to 1, j less than n, j plus plus, dp of I comma j will be nothing but dp of I minus 1 comma j plus dp of I comma j minus 1. Okay, and that's what we have done here. Dp of ij is equal to dp of I minus 1 comma j plus dp of I comma j minus 1. And finally what we will do, we will just return dp of m minus 1 comma n minus 1. So we will return dp a number of possible paths to reach m minus 1 and n minus 1. And I will again write here, this vector will store number of possible paths to reach I comma j. Okay, so let us try to run this code. So there is some error here, so let us fix that error. Okay, so we have to return dp of m minus 1 comma n minus 1. Okay, so I have done here a mistake, that is the size of this vector should be m cross n. So this will work perfectly. So you can see that all the test cases are passing. Let us see for main cases. So all the main cases are also passing. So I will again try to explain this code. So what we were doing, we have first discussed about any general grid I comma j. So total number of paths for I comma j is nothing but total number of paths for I minus 1 comma j and total number of paths for I comma j minus 1. We will take the summation of both, and for all the grids of 0th row and 0th column, the possibility will be only one. There is only one path, so we will set this dp of I comma j for both the cases to 1, and otherwise we will use this formula. So that's what we have done. This is for both the base cases, and this was for all the general grids. So in this way we have solved this question. I hope you understood my solution, and if you have if you like my solution, if you like my code, you can like my video also. And if you have any kind of doubt regarding this question, or if you want to discuss any another approach for this question, you can write in comment section also. And if you want to see some more videos like this, you can subscribe my channel, and the code link will be present at description. Thank you.